And then I spent like $40 on the Visa card.
Oh, God. Why are you spending money?
Because it looks pretty. Oh my God, we're live. Oh, hey guys! Welcome to Changing Our Ways.
Yeah, soon to be by yourself.
Welcome to Changing Without Shan. It's episode 17. We're nearly at 20.
Maybe. I don't know, you might have to do it by yourself.
It's Shannon Grant, and it is episode 17, and we have classified this one as After Dark.
But it's still light outside.
It is still daylight outside, but we have closed the blinds, so it's a bit dark.
I can see the sun.
I can see your big head.
Well, that's not really nice.
Sorry.
Hey. Hey guys, how is everyone out there? All good to be back and all good to be chatting with my lovely wife again. Even though I chat with her every day. What are you looking at me like that for? What?
I'm just happy.
Oh, well, I'm glad you are. I'm glad you are. You didn't just pierce through me with those eyes.
No.
So what are we talking about today in After Dark?
Let's talk about sex.
I thought we were going to like start trading like horror stories.
No.
And then he went into the room. The light didn't work and...
Yeah, no, definitely not. So I kind of brought it up on my Insta story the other day.
Stop bashing the equipment, mate.
Oh my God, sorry. I wanted to talk about sex after weight loss surgery.
Not before weight loss surgery.
No, not before, after, in particular.
Okay.
It wasn't really to talk. I think some people got offended by it because I did get a few no votes and a couple of comments made. It wasn't me putting out there, I want to find out what makes you tick or anything like that. It was more the after effects, on your journey. Like, I wanted to talk from my point of view. Those that are really close to me understand the struggles that I've been through the last 12 months.
Yeah.
With my sexuality.
I think the point behind it is that, sex is different for everyone regardless if you've had surgery or not. Sex as a whole can be just so many different things to so many different people, so many different cultures, so many different sexualities. I think the big point behind it is that for the majority of people, for the vast majority of people, sex becomes a much bigger thing in their lives after a weight loss surgery. Yeah, well, I'm
not saying everyone's going to go out and be a sluz. Do you know what I mean?
No, but that's not the point. I think the point is the fact that people find themselves in so many different ways, and sex is part of that, It's not just finding out who you are as a person emotionally, physically, but it's also sexually. Like, what kind of person are you? What do you like? The things that you liked before might not be what you like now. For, I suppose, the vast majority of people, sex has got even better. They're able to enjoy more things about sex.
Not getting puffed out.
Wow, yes, definitely a big thing there. And then there are some people who actually it's gone in reverse. They haven't been able to enjoy it as much, or they've come across certain issues that they've found after their body changes and things like that. So, yeah, it's certainly a good topic, but it's certainly not meant to be dirty or anything like that. It's not supposed to be taboo, and I think
it's not me talking about, this is how I flick my bean. Like, it's not going to be anything like that.
Whoa, okay, that's not the direction I thought we were going. I did not even think that was the direction our audience thinks we were going.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's not what it's about.
Yeah, let's keep you and your bean well and truly tucked, mate, because we don't need to know that.
And family discretion. If you are a family member and you are listening, I ask you kindly to please delete the episode now. Stop it right now.
To be perfectly honest, if it's one of Chantel's friends, you might be a bit scarred.
Yes.
No, but it's not going to be a episode like that.
No.
But this is about the positive changes, but maybe some negative changes and challenges that people come across as well with their with their weight loss surgery when it does come to sex. And it's not just, we're not just talking about sexual intercourse or things like that. It's everything, you know.
Flirting, how you dress, and, you know.
Any kind of sexuality. You know, I've heard stories of people discovering who they truly want to be with, and that's, you know, what kind of sex they want to be with, whether, you know, whether they're actually gay or not, and things like that. I mean, that's not directly related to weight loss surgery, of course, but you become more confident, you become more outgoing, and you actually start to explore all kinds of things in your life, you know, whether it's food, exercise, things like that. But when it comes to sexuality, you know, your confidence grows more and more, and people are discovering themselves in all different ways. And I think that's what the big thing is about. It's discovering who you truly are.
And we've always said on this journey, and I didn't want to do this episode because I didn't want to kind of split us and be like, okay, that's a normal person and this is us, like weight loss surgery people. We are normal people. It's just we've had boundaries. Yeah. We've had a lot of boundaries, and I wanted to explore that and talk about the challenges.
Would you think that a lot of the boundaries come from a lack of confidence in yourself?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like I'm not just talking about you, but everyone out there.
A lot of insecurity.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And that's, I mean, that doesn't come just with sex, it comes with dating.
Yeah.
It comes with talking to the opposite sex. You know, it's as simple as that. Like, you know, people who think, well, you know, they're not going to want to see me naked, so why should I even bother talking to them? Mm-hmm. And it's baby steps, you know, and that's, I think once you... It's an amazing thing what this weight loss surgery has done for so many people in the community.
Including us as a couple.
Including us. I mean, you know, we were already married beforehand, so, you know, we weren't looking to be with anybody else, but we discovered so much about ourselves since this journey has started, in all different facets, and sex being one of them. You know, it's absolutely part of that. I think...
Well, we met, like... Let's just cut to us because I don't want to talk about other people, but they can probably get something from our experience. Yeah. So when me and Grant met like 5 years ago, we were, what's a nice word to put it? Rabbits?
Well, I mean, you're in the puppy love stage, you know, like every relationship.
We were in the honeymoon period. Yeah, we were not as large as our highest weight, but we were rabbits for a good few months.
Yeah, we were certainly, you know, I suppose we got as high as near enough to 180. We were in our 150s, and you were, actually, no, you weren't that, you were in your 140s maybe at that stage. But, you know, we were looking for each other. We were looking for that size of person, and, you know, yeah, we were in that early stage. I think, like everyone, when they're in their early relationship stage, you tend to have sex a lot more, of course, and especially if you're sexually active. And depending on how sex pushes your relationship, it depends on how active you are. And yeah, you know, there's no doubting about that. We were very active early on, and then as relationships go on, that dies off, and then you get more comfortable, and then you start
eating.
You start eating, of course, and things like that. You start getting more comfortable, and
then you start, not tonight.
Yeah, not tonight.
Not tonight. Not
I'm
tomorrow.
Tired.
Not this year.
Even during, I'm getting tired. I'm getting puffed out and things like that.
Can I have a tea break?
Yeah. Can I have a 2-hour break, please? But I suppose...
We were talking about this today when we brought up the subject of what we were going to talk about, and I said, and I'll get there, but back then, I thought I was happy.
Yeah.
With how the intimacy worked.
Yeah.
I thought I was happy.
Yeah.
I wasn't. Now,
I think we were just comfortable with what we were doing.
Because it was just me and you. There was no one else.
Yeah. No, well, that's it. I mean, we were comfortable in the direction that we were going, and we were comfortable in what we were doing with each other and what we were sharing with each other. And I think that there didn't need to be any spice. I mean, we're only 5 years into our relationship. You know, we're relatively young compared to some marriages out there, and, you know, marriages that go for 20 odd years, that have been doing the same thing for 20 odd years, then start to spice things up. But we realized along the way, you know, after weight loss surgery, the things that we were able to do, especially, you know, lasting a lot longer, things like that, you know, in terms of fitness and being able to just do a lot more in general.
I am a Russian gymnast now.
You're a Russian gymnast?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't seen this. What's going on, mate?
Do it in my own time.
Oh, right. Right. I'm going to have to set some cameras up around the house. I
want to get to the nitty gritty, and when I say that, it's more I want to talk about what I've been going through for the last 12 months nearly. As probably people think that I'm just a person that's full of problems, but me and Grant have been struggling with intimacy. Last 6 months probably hardcore.
I think it goes through phases.
It's hard to tell your partner that you have no urges whatsoever. You feel like you're neglecting your relationship, but you can't find that urge anywhere. And I tell myself, when I was fat, when I was overweight, when I couldn't breathe and we were squishing each other, I could do it.
Yeah,
but now I can't.
But you would also say that's one of the challenges. Like before surgery, your libido is higher.
Yeah, and it's dropped.
Yeah, it's dropped more recently. After weight loss surgery, it picked up, and a lot of people will experience that. They'll pick up in their libido, and they're also wanting to do different things, wanting to explore.
Let's exercise.
But one of the side effects, one of the challenges for Chantel, and there might be a lot of women out there that have actually experienced that, is that her libido dropped off quite considerably. And I noticed this as a partner because she was very much not like this at all. You'd have the excuse of just being tired or just being, lazy or, whatever. But pre-surgery, there was no excuse.
I'd make time.
But there was no excuse, I don't feel like it, in general.
Yeah.
It was just more can't be bothered tonight. And within the last, as you say, in the last 6 months, it's been one of the challenges for her is to actually say, well, I'm actually giving you an excuse of, I literally don't have any urges. I don't have the urge to go. And, Chantal at some point was actually even forcing herself to go through it because she thought that she was letting me down as a partner, and that's not that's not how I felt, but for her, that was how she felt. So actually forcing herself to actually trying to get into the mood, and that's not what sex is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be natural. It's supposed to be something that you enjoy together. It's supposed to be a joyous thing. People who think like me would know that sex is fantastic when it actually is done in the right way. So I think I suppose you would say that that's probably a challenge that you've come across.
Yeah.
As a...
I'm teary.
No.
I'm sorry.
Well, don't get teary. But that's been a sleeve challenge.
Yeah, it has.
Because natural, and you would say in your adult life, you've never felt like that.
No, never.
And, you're too young to be going through, things like menopause and things like that. And, your doctor has confirmed that. So there's no... early menopause or anything like that, so it's not, it's not those things. And
then we found out.
I shouldn't be talking about this because I'm not a woman, but
no.
So I can't say from a woman's point of view. I don't know how a woman's body works, so I'm not going to try and pretend that I'm an expert. But certainly, just looking at what Chantal was like pre-surgery to after surgery, and within just the last 6 months, which has come up to her. About 2-year anniversary and beyond, that's the struggle that she has come across, is that literally just not having an urge compared to the way that she used to feel. Even, a year and a half after weight loss surgery, you weren't going, yes, I really want it. But, it was fine. It was normal.
And we found out the reason why.
Yeah.
Is because of lack of love for myself.
Yeah.
And because I'm unhappy when I look in the mirror and I see skin folds and I see lumps and I see my tits that basically look like a sock with a ball at the bottom of it. I hate how I look. I hate it. And I feel less confident now than I did 3 years ago. And I'm like, oh my God, what must Grant think? You know, I've got skin flopping around everywhere. I hate hearing my skin doing this. I hate it. I'm embarrassed. I get embarrassed. And I've slowly had to learn about body positivity. Like,
that's the first point on your chart.
That's the first point on my chart. I've got a chart next to me, and the top of it is BOPO. So I'm not one of those people that's going to go and follow others that are severe, like I classify as overweight, and are saying, you know, it's okay to be overweight. I used to be one of those people. I don't want to endorse that. My body positivity is my body. My lumps, my bumps, my imperfections, my flaws.
My lovely lady, you know.
There is a lady who I've been following on Instagram. She's in America, and her name is Amanda Muffin Top. And she had a thing out recently about... I love her posts because I can relate to her a lot. And she put a post up not so long ago about how self-love isn't selfish. And that really struck a nerve with me. And then, you know, she puts up things like, even on your bad days, you're amazing. And this woman, like, she's not even my shout out, but she's really empowered me to be like, you know what? You're sexy, Shan. Like, you got this. Like, who cares? It's a bit of skin. And look, I'm incredibly lucky that I'm getting it all removed and fixed up in February. There are some people out there that won't get that opportunity, and I'm really lucky that I get to do that. But body positivity and confidence has been my go-to for the last couple of months. I've got no shame, and I'll say this. Grant took me to Sexyland to go get some books. They had some books that was basically how to deal with anxiety in the bedroom. And it's worked. We read a chapter together on a night in bed, and then we go to sleep.
Yeah.
There was no pressure. It was Shan takes her time, and when she's ready, she's ready.
Yeah.
But this book and this woman that I don't know personally has really got into my head, and it's like, you know what? I need to love me first before I love someone else.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm preaching right now, and I'm going to continue practicing it. And my anxiety and paranoia, being a woman, you see all these perfect women, Honey Birdette, you know, models and bras and things. It's like, oh, that set's amazing. I would love to wear that. The top won't even go over my head. The undies won't even go over my thighs yet.
But I suppose that's something you experienced before surgery anyway.
No, because before surgery, I knew I'd never be able to fit into it. But now my body's like, oh, well, you know, you can get into a 12, you can get into a 14. They do have that size.
But not all sizes, not all 12s and 14s are actually the same.
No. And it's like, you know, sometimes I just want to dress up. Look, anyone that's listening, you're a woman, you know what I'm talking about. You're like, oh, do you know, want to just spruce it up a little bit and just try something different, bit of role play, you know. No.
Yeah.
There's no role play because I don't feel comfortable. And
I mean, like I've always preached on this show and preached in real life as well. You know, it's much harder for women out there than it is for men. You know, it's not easy for guys, but we're simply human beings, and we also don't have a lot of pressure coming from all different angles and all different marketing. You know, and especially when it comes to sex, it's sex appeal. Sex is in everything these days, including advertising, and you know, as you talk about Honey Birdette, you know, saying, oh, we can do sizes from this to this, and then, you know, make women think, oh, I am that size, beautiful, I want to go down and look like that. And it's a shame because it's like, well, you should show a model of every size to see how it actually looks. Now, of course, that's not how advertising works. That's not how marketing works, because they wouldn't sell anything if it didn't actually look good. So it's just a shame that, women have to put up with that kind of stuff when it comes to, clothing, and especially when you want to look sexy and things like that. And it very much comes down to wanting to spice up your marriage or spice up your relationship. It's just, it's a shame. It really is. And for guys, we just, at the end of the day, we just want to look good. We just want to see our little man down below, which we get to do once we lose all the weight. Did you even hear what I said?
I did hear what you're saying, and the whole reason I'm getting my phone out is because the person that actually got me to get the confidence to talk about this was Sparkling Sleeve. So it's Michelle.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chantal didn't hear what I said because she would have laughed if she heard what I said.
Oh, sorry.
She's right now looking at her phone while I'm speaking. And fubbing me during the podcast. Oh my God.
Stop it.
Like, what the hell?
I spoke to her yesterday and basically said that, she wrote a post not so long ago about her. Why are you fubbing me now? She wrote a post about her and her husband now and how much better their, love life is.
Yeah.
They're an eggplant emoji. That's what I've got. Since losing weight. Like, you can pick her up and basically throw her around, And, she said if she can offer any real advice, it's about being confident and being empowered, because that's where you get everything from, because it's two people in one room.
Yeah.
You control it. And from a guy's point of view, Grant tells me all the time, I don't care about your fold of skin. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. I'm like, I do.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, loose skin is a symptom of losing weight rapidly.
Yeah.
Regardless if you have surgery or not. So loose skin is a big deal. I mean, I've got loose skin as well, and for me, I don't give a shit about my loose skin. If Chantal turned around and said, you don't look good, I want you to, do something about your skin, I'd be like, well, there's the door, honey. I'll do something about my skin right now. For me, that's how I see it. But I understand how you feel about your skin. And I can understand how a lot of women would feel about that. I think women, regardless of if they've had loose skin or not, certainly suffer from not being able to see body positivity and not being able to be confident in their body during sex and not wanting people to see them naked.
Well, it's like me. I sometimes tell you to turn the light off or turn the lamp off or pull the doona over us so I can't see anything. That's stuff I do when I was a kid. I was going to say a kid. Oh, my God.
No.
When I was a late teen, you know.
Yeah, sure. But, I mean, from a guy's point of view, most guys don't care, especially in this community. We don't really care about that kind of stuff. We just want to connect on all different levels, and we want to connect with our partners.
Yeah.
We want to look good for them too. So it's not, that's why we go to the gym. That's why we, try and dress a nice way or whatever it might be. But it's during sex, we're just trying to, be part of that journey and be part of that with our partners and make sure that they feel good. At least that's how I see it. I'm hoping I'm speaking for all the guys out there.
Yeah. It's like from a girl's point of view, it's still our heads are thinking sometimes about something else. We are there, but we're not there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, there's a million questions going in your head. Does my body look right? Is he enjoying it? Do I look like a fat whale or things like that?
Do I look like a blob right now? And It was actually, you said this week about me not making eye contact with you.
Yeah.
And it's a confidence thing. I don't have the confidence to look at you like eye to eye. I just can't do it.
Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of different things that I suppose women do suffer from. As I say, men get shy. Yeah. Absolutely. There's a lot of guys who don't want to be seen naked because we believe that women expect us to have, like, manpower abs.
Oh, yeah.
All that kind of, and,
I don't like that. I like my man with a bit of meat on him.
Rugby league legs and...
Oh,
Big shoulders. All right, mate.
that's why you
Settle
take me
down.
in a storm, huh? When
Oh,
they-
yeah.
oh,
All right, settle down.
That's why you got me seats in the tri-zone so I can see them.
Yeah, righto. Settle down. All right.
So, yeah.
So, what's your next point? You're thinking. What's your next point?
I was going to go to NSVs because I've been a bit negative now and I want to perk myself up.
So?
NSVs.
So, would you say that sex in general is an NSV, or
Oh, absolutely.
what is your point about NSVs?
I can't really talk about them on here. Being able to do positions I've never been able to
Right.
do.
Okay.
Like, I am the fucking Kama Sutra.
Would you say that that's an NSV? Oh, I suppose anything. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that is an NSV.
I am not a starfish anymore.
No, you're not.
You know what I'm saying about
No.
that?
Yeah, I know. What
I'm
you're
going to
saying.
say, I'm like, I used to be a starfish.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't be bothered and I was so round and I was just like, ugh. Just do it. But now I'm just like, yep, it's like 1 position, 2 position, 3 position, turn, another position. It's like, I just want to try and do as many as I can. And like in the back of my head, I'm like, I am a fucking Russian gymnast. I am amazing.
So this episode's definitely explicit.
One NSV for me was having the confidence to go get me mons pubis waxed.
Wow, mons pubis. You even used the the plastic surgery term.
Yeah.
You can't say your vagina.
How's your mons pubis?
So you had your pubic hair waxed.
I did.
Yes, right.
I wouldn't have done that before.
I'm sure our listeners are loving knowing this.
Sorry.
But yes, no, that's...
I do it to stop ingrowing hairs and stuff.
Yeah, right.
So,
in other words, you've just done things to feel sexier, to feel more beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
you've actually got the confidence to go and do more things because of losing all the weight.
I went in the shower the other night to shave my legs.
Yeah.
Then I shaved under my pits.
Yeah.
Then I was like, what else did I do? I did my toe for some reason. And then I was like rubbing my legs like with the sponge thing, lathering them and then rinsing them off. And I was like, I feel like a woman right now.
Yeah.
Like I felt like Wonder Woman for like maybe 2 seconds. And I was like, I've got to get out of the shower.
Yeah, so before, pre-surgery, when you were at the highway, you wouldn't actually...
I didn't
really
shave
have a
my
chance.
legs. I
Yeah.
couldn't shave my legs. And that's me being real. I couldn't even put a pair of shoes on and tie them up.
See, and it's just something simple like that actually can just make you feel sexy.
I love wearing me now heels.
Yes.
You know, I love wearing high heels now because they make me feel sexy.
Love being able to dress up.
Yeah. Beforehand, if I put them on, I would have crushed the heels. They would have been destroyed. I couldn't wear heels.
Yeah.
I can wear stilettos now. I can wear heels. And it makes me feel like a woman. Not saying I was never a woman. I didn't take care of myself.
Yeah. But you didn't think about it. You didn't care.
No, I didn't. I get my hair done, you know. I get a treatment once a fortnight. Even nails. Just the little things to make me more womanly and feel good about myself, which promotes body positivity, which promotes my confidence. And the last couple of months, I let that go. And I was saying to you, I'm worried I'm letting myself go again.
So how would you see women that, weren't big and they were like, thin and looking good before surgery? How would you look at them? How would you treat them?
Like a piece of shit.
Or what kind of person would you think that they were?
They were sluts.
Okay. So
That's the type of person I was because I was jealous. And I was like, fuck you. You've got the body I want.
So do you worry that you can go maybe a bit too far with it now that you actually want to upkeep the way that you look?
Yeah, I was talking to you about lip fillers the other day. And Botox in my forehead.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, like, I don't need that.
So I think that a good thing about this surgery is that it does promote wanting to look good because the main thing everyone kind of gets out of it is to save their life and to make sure that they're healthy.
That's one thing I think we focus on more.
Yeah, like I just think that you concentrate on your health first, and then you concentrate on getting fit and things like that. But I think one of the things that pretty much everyone does is that they want to look good, they want to feel good, and they want to feel sexy, and they want to feel attractive, and because we're not getting the attention that we once got, whether it be from our partner, whether we got from maybe just a stranger down the road. I mean,
Grant tells me when I get checked out by people when we're out and about.
But I love that as well, because it's like, well, that's an ego boost for me. I think it's a number of different things that come into play, and it's funny because to people who were lazy before, not necessarily lazy, but people who were bigger before, and they weren't able to put in the effort, or they didn't want to put in the effort, or they did put in the effort, but they didn't actually feel as good as what they think they wanted to, now are at a weight where they think they can, and they're almost like, well, I've got to keep going with it. I mean, we've seen people who have turned into
nymphomaniacs.
Well, no, that's not what I was going to say.
Right.
I was more going to say that turned into people that don't remember who they once were.
That they become the person that they used to
despise,
hate.
Yeah. And I think that happens in all forms of life. That happens not just with people who lose weight. But
I hope that's never me.
Once you cross over to the other side, and then you forget about the person that you used to be because you think that person is evil or something like that, which is ridiculous. It's a shame to see that kind of happen. And they use sex or sex appeal, sexiness, to their advantage to really delete the old person that they were. And I think you can have the best of both worlds. You never forget about the good person that you were if you were a good person, and hopefully you were a good person. But you never forget about that person who you were, while being able to show the world how beautiful you are on the outside, as well as how you are on the inside. Because we were all fantastic people on the inside, and the society would just not see us that way.
No, because we were overweight. We were looked at as gross, lazy, smelly.
Yeah.
No sex appeal. We've probably got a hairy moof.
Oh, all right, mate. But I mean, you would also get, just these people who just, they don't want to remember the way that they were. They'd rather become part of that society rather than become the beautiful butterfly. And
why are you looking at me?
Well, because that's who you are. But rather than become the beautiful butterfly and actually try and change people's perspective on, the way the society thinks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just using sex in a positive way rather than in a negative way.
And there are unfortunately people that do go down the negative side of it. There may be partners that don't like the fact of the attention they're getting now.
Well, that's a good point to bring up, because one of your points is relationship status. What happened? I mean, I think our relationship grows better every day. I think we're stronger than we ever were. But when we're not, I suppose we are not.
We're not the perfect couple.
We're not the perfect couple, but
we have arguments.
Oh, of course.
We have fights. We're normal.
You want to fight, mate?
No, we already fought last night.
But there's other couples that, whether they've both had surgery or whether one's had surgery, would you stop hitting the microphone?
Sorry. I just want attention.
You're right next to me. I'm looking at you. There's other relationships that don't last, and sex is a big thing of that.
We were told when we were getting surgery together, oh, have you seen the statistics? Oh,
yeah.
Doesn't last. All these marriage breakups, all these, divorces and stuff. And I was like, why? It makes sense now.
Yeah, I don't care about the statistics.
No, but you get a new identity. And it's like, I say to you all the time, I sometimes miss old Shan.
Yeah.
Because this new one, I don't know who she is.
Yeah.
This new one is like Mrs. Nervous and Mrs. Paranoia and Mrs. Anxiety. Except the last 7 days where I've been old Shan again.
Yeah.
Where I've been outgoing and I haven't given a shit. And I've done what I've wanted to do. And I've never felt more connected to you than I have this week. And look, I'll tell the listeners, me and Grant sat down last Monday. We went out and we sat down and we had a talk about how I'm feeling with this, with myself, with this new person I am.
Yeah.
Grant isn't in my body. He's not in my head. He doesn't understand how I'm feeling. I do get nervous. I get very insecure because Grant is, well, to me, he's very attractive. And I do get nervous and I get very insecure. But I got to remember that he loves me. He's seen me at my worst. And he's seeing me at my best now. And that's all I need to care about. I don't need anything else.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Good, mate. But I mean, I suppose we are an exception to the statistics. All right, so we've got a really strong relationship, and it's sad to hear that other relationships break up because the husband's jealous of the wife, or even the opposite way. Like he doesn't like the fact that she's not a big girl anymore, and it's like, oh, what? He might become insecure that. She's going to go...
She's going out with her friends all the time.
Yeah, she's going out, or she's going to go find someone else and things like that. And it's a bit sad in a way because it's, that's not what love is built on. Love is not built on the person that you...
The materialistic side of things.
Yeah, I mean...
Is that what we say all the time to not just each other, but as a general message, don't forget who you are and where you've come from?
Well, I think that's really important. I think it's extremely important, before this surgery, before we all went down this path, we're a human being and we had urges and we had, needs and wants and dreams and aspirations and relationships and marriages and, and we had everything before that. It's about growing as a person and finding out who you are. Now, of course, it is the case that some people are going to discover that maybe their relationship is not what they actually want. And that's a different story, Maybe they realise that their relationship is not fulfilling them in the way that they want to. Now, I'm not encouraging people to go and, sleep with somebody else just to see...
Sign up for Ashley Madison.
Oh, but I mean, even just... going to find something else because you get attention, you get flirting. Certainly from the woman's point, from a female perspective, there is going to be a lot of guys out in the big wide world that are now going to start paying attention to you. You're going to get those Tinder messages. You're going to get those flirts. You're going to get those looks from across the bar, all that kind of stuff, because you're going to be able to dress up and look sexy and feel sexy and. I'll tell you from a guy's point of view, you don't have to look like a bloody supermodel to get any kind of attention from a guy who wants something more from you. I think most women are not silly in that sense.
Perfect example, Friday, we went out to a pub. I had a T-shirt on that had some half sleeve with a long skirt, and I got checked out maybe 4 or 5 times that night.
Yeah. Now, I mean, for me, I don't mind. As I say, I've always had an ego boost on that.
I feel like I've got a big head right now.
But I mean, the only thing I'll say, this is my point of view, and I have my own opinion on things. And I'm not trying to say that this is the way that everyone should be. I'm just saying from a general point of view and from how I feel. If you go out with your girlfriends or guys, if you go out with your mates, and you get some attention, and you're in a relationship, in my opinion, it's cool, and it's absolutely fine to get checked out. Even if you go to the point of getting a number and not acting on it, whatever. I mean, there's no big deal in that. It actually can give people quite a bit of an ego boost, and it can give them quite a bit of a kick, and to get motivated and to actually make them feel good. It might even make them turn around and go, you know what? That was cool, but I'm so still in love with my partner, and that's fine. But if you start acting on it, and if you actually want to, explore the possibilities with other people, I would seriously have a conversation with your partner first. You know, if you are actually having those feelings, you need to have a relationship chat first, because sex is something that comes back in a really big way for people, especially for all of us who are at that heavier weight. We got no attention whatsoever for years. Trust me, I know exactly how you all feel, because I was one of those people who got no attention for years. I was just lucky enough to get myself a gem and marry her. But I've gotten attention myself as a guy, and I've told Shan about that. I've told her more as the fact of, hey, I got checked out tonight. It's just more like a confidence thing. It's more like an ego boost.
And I like it because it's like in a way, it's like you going, fuck yeah, I still got it.
Mm.
You know, it's, like you were saying, for so many years, you've been in the rejected pile.
Yeah.
Like the bin, like the reject bin, and then all of a sudden it's like someone's picked you out and fixed you up and said, oh, okay, you can come over here with everyone else now.
Yeah. Oh, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's uplifting.
We go out and play games like who can try and get like chatted up first. Like we do. People are going to think we're weird, but it's what we do to keep our spark there and to make it more fun and for us both to experience it while we're on this journey together.
But personally, I think if you want to act on it, then you really need to think about where you are in your relationship and whether the relationship you're in works for you. You know, is your partner not giving you enough, or are you expecting too much from your partner? I mean, it's all well and good to say that your partner's not doing something for you. You know, this is for guys and girls. Oh, my partner's not giving me enough. My partner's not doing this. My partner's not doing that. What are your expectations? Because if you've been with your partner for years, you know, if you're married to them or not, it doesn't matter. But if you've been with your partner for a long time, maybe you've been partnered for a little while, you've really got to actually look at yourself and you've got to realize, okay, what are actually my expectations in life?
Am I falling out of love, maybe?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. And there's going to be people who have been, you know, big for the majority, well, you know, ever since they were young, maybe. And they've finally been able to lose the weight and they start feeling good. They start feeling sexy, all that kind of stuff. And they think, well, you know, I want to be 20 again. I want to be 21 again. It's like, well, I'm sorry. That's not how Father Time works. You've got to have some responsibility and you've got to be able to make sure that you're being responsible in life. Now, if you want to go out and play and you want to go out and have some fun, then don't hurt somebody else while doing it. You need to have that conversation. If you really feel that in your life that you have to go and do it, good on you. Good luck to you. No problem at all. All I'll just say is don't hurt somebody else doing it. If you hurt somebody else doing it, you're not actually doing anything good in your life and you're actually not a good person no matter how you think about it.
And remember the feelings we had when we were rejected.
Oh, we used to get rejected all the time. And your partner has stuck by you through thick and thin, maybe. And if they haven't, well, I'm not saying that they deserve it, but they still deserve, they still deserve a conversation. If you need to get yourself out of a situation, which is the opposite thing, where you think, well, I'm not getting any attention, I'm not getting anything, you still need to have that conversation. You need to be telling them, look, you either need to pick up your game, you need to do something, you need to do this, you need to do that, or it's over, it's not good for me.
Well, I'm going to talk from a woman's point of view. I'm going to reach out before we start wrapping it up. From a woman's point of view, we look at our bodies a lot. We sabotage ourselves. We become our own worst critic. Don't suffer in silence. Tell your partner how you're actually feeling. Tell them that you're lacking confidence or you don't feel attractive, you don't feel sexy. Because they'll make it so you do feel it. You might be scared to tell them. I was terrified to tell Grant. And eventually I was running out of excuses and had to come clean. And I've been doing a lot of soul searching. And it's been working. Don't let anxiety take over. You need to be able to love who you are and love where you're going and love who you're becoming. Because if you don't love yourself, you got nothing.
But most of all, enjoy sex.
Yes.
Enjoy it with your partner. Enjoy it with the one that you love. Enjoy it by yourself.
Enjoy all the new positions you can do.
That's just your thing, mate. You're position master now.
Yeah, well, we're not going to go into it, but I can say that I do things I would have dreamed of doing.
Yes.
A few years ago.
Right. But yes, most of all, enjoy your life. Have fun in your life. We are not around on this planet for a very long time in this grand scheme of things, and you want to make sure that you've done everything. Travel, fall in love, have great sex.
Experience life, do things, be daring, go and try new things.
But at the same time, be fair, be vigilant, and just be you. I think that's probably enough for today. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Did you want to go through to your social shout-out?
I do. I'm still waiting, Nick.
Oh, Nick. Not good, mate. Not good. So, are you going to do your own music again?
Shen, social shout-out. Dun, 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 dun.
It's going to be so funny if you actually get your music and it's exactly like that.
Yeah, it'd be amazing. So this beautiful lady is a Victorian. So she's in the same state as us. I fell in love with her one day because she did a video of her walking her dogs and it was a hot day and all these flies were flying all over her. And she said she was like a international fly carrier and I absolutely lost my shit. And then I started following her, being on this journey with her now. She got her sleeve on the 4th of December 2015. So she had it the same year as me. She's lost nearly the same amount of weight as me. I think she's lost like 80 something kilos. And we're having plastics done together a day apart.
In different countries.
In different countries. But to know that I have that support. She's one of the biggest, loudest personalities in this community. She's real. She tells you how it is. And if you are going through Wodonga, make sure you pop into the lunchy there because she'll sort you out with a sanger. My social shout out and my love right now goes to Morella, and that's Scuba Steep Sleeve.
Woo!
And I love her.
We need like an audience clap noise.
No, because when we clap it echoes in the room. It's fine.
Yeah, but we need those studio audience recordings.
Oh, and all of her pictures are in black and white.
Every single one.
Every single
Where's
one.
the colour in her life?
She keeps the colour off social media.
Oh, right. All right, guys. Well, that is all for this week.
Just before we go.
Yes?
Don't forget, guys, if you need vitamins, supplements, protein waters, BM multivitamins, protein jellies, head over to Cost Price Supplements. They're amazing. Chris and the team always look after us. They look after the Australian-wide, weight loss community.
They ship internationally as well.
They do. So we only found that out recently.
A lot of our American and New Zealand followers would know that.
And in England as well.
Oh, in the UK too. There you go.
They also have Afterpay now, which is really cool. Afterpay is only available to Australian residents, unfortunately. However, if you are on a bit of a budget, hop online. Be good to stock up. They always will accommodate if you've got any requests. They're happy to help you out with samples.
All kinds of supplements need, guys. So, not just weight loss supplements. It's for any kind of supplements. So if your friend is not, or family member is not part of the weight loss community, that's fine. And they need supplements for gym or for working out or whatever it might be. You can head over to Cost Price Supplements as well.
The C4. The C4 I'm in love with. Pre-workout. Yeah. And Chris got me on that. Go and use code word WLS family. Get you 15% off.
Yeah, that doesn't include your books, your samples, your Quest bars, and your...
Optifast.
Optifast, that's right. But yes, WLS Family, it will give you the 15% off. And have a look out for our post to give you a reminder of that.
Ooh.
What?
Before we go, Christmas meetup.
Oh, I was about to ask you about that.
Just before we go, guys, on my post and on -121. Hi, Sarah. We are running and organising the Australian, what are we calling it?
Christmas meetup.
Melbourne Xmas meetup. It's happening December 2nd, starting at 5 p.m. down in Docklands. If you want to come, please send me a message. I think at the moment we're over 50 people. It's going to be a really good night. I've got a surprise guest. We've got gifts. We've got door prizes. We've got a lot of stuff happening.
Make sure you get in before it's capped too, because I know the venue will only have a limited amount of space. So make sure you get in. And don't flake on the girls too. I mean, I'm not organising this one. It's just Chantel and Sarah. But make sure you don't flake on the girls. You want to make sure we have solid numbers and that we know exactly how many people are coming, just because you want to make sure that we're catering for everyone.
And Kris Kringle, which is Dirty Santa.
Oh, yes. I'm sure you'll give out some more details about that soon.
I will.
Yes, no, that's all right. So I might even, you never know, I might actually bring my microphone. Do some podcast stuff. We'll keep it under wraps. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Thinking about it.
People are like, oh, God, Grant's here again.
Hey. Hey. I might not come now.
Let's go watch Game of Thrones.
Oh, that about bloody time. All right, guys. Well, that is all for this week. So not going to tell you when the next one is coming up.
Sorry if you downloaded this for hardcore porn.
Whoa. Yeah, none of that. But yes, have a look out on our post.
Oh my God. Human protein.
What?
Human protein.
Okay, we're going to let Chantel off into the distance, but make sure you look out on our posts and keep up to date with the podcast. Spread the word and make sure everyone you know is following the podcast. Give us suggestions, be part of it, become part of the team, and we would love to hear from all of our fans out there. But for this week, this will be Changing Our Ways, signing off.
What about human